Warning. This video may contain it will contain spoilers. Most content used in this video is not owned by me and all credit should go to its rightful owners. Also, trigger warning. Batteries not included. How you do guys, what's up, ToppeePop right here, and welcome to a video that highlights the best video games that came out this year in 2017. Except I didn't have to say this year in 2017 because 2017 is this year and this year is 2017. So basically what I am proving is that I'm proving nothing, and this entire rant you just listened to was a waste of your time. So one of the biggest things that happened this year in the gaming industry, well in my opinion, is the release of the Switch. Ever since Nintendo switched to the Switch being a great Switch from a bad Switch from an okay Switch, many people switched to the Switch, switching the era to the Switch era, which was a great Switch. Huh. Does that even make any sense? If you didn't know, I am a big air conditioner of Nintendo, and I was really happy about the release of the Switch. What? Oh, I mean fans are outdated. No, you guys, these fans! Wait, that's the wrong one. Those fans. And before you guys guess, I totally do not have 4 out of 5 Nintendo games on my list of the best video games that came out this year, because I am totally not a Nintendo air conditioner. Okay, in all seriousness, enough of the fillers, and let's get started with my top 5 best video games in my opinion that came out this year in 2017. Except I didn't have to say this year in 2017. Number 5. So let's start with the list with a splash. Number 5 goes to Splatoon 2, or what I wish the name was, Splatoon. The problem with Splatoon 2 for me is that it doesn't feel like a full new experience. It feels more like an update to the original Splatoon. But that doesn't make the game bad. It's still fun, giving you a variety of ink weapon classes, some being the Slosher, the Roller, and the new weapon class in Splatoon 2, the Dualies. And get this, there isn't even a single special we use in Splatoon 2. Like the Tenta Missiles, which I love the name by the way, is a special weapon that locks into players and attacks them with ink missiles. There is also the protective ink armor, which basically just shields you from any attack for a certain amount of time. And then there are also sub-weapons like the Burst Bomb, but there aren't that many new ones. My favorite weapon in Splatoon 2 is the Tri-Slosher. The Tri-Slosher doesn't have much range, but being able to splash in 3 directions at once gives you a wide range covering its short range, if that makes any sense. This weapon can range between a 3 to 2 hit KO, but with its sub-weapon, the Burst Bomb, it is definitely a 2-shot KO. And maybe even a 1-shot KO with this weapon. Well actually, I don't know if that's true. But enough of the introduction of Splatoon 2, let's talk about the story mode. So the plot of Splatoon 2 takes place 2 years after the last Splatfest, as Marie came out victorious over Callie. As time went on, Marie was worried about Callie because of the Splatfest results. Then, one day Marie came back home after meeting her parents, finding out that Callie and the Zapfish were missing. And as you can probably guess, you play as the hero who tries to save Callie and the Zapfish. Personally, I think the story mode is a great place to practice for competitive online battles. And the one thing I love about the story mode is that all the bosses are unique and fun. If I remember correctly, there is a boss that has 3 bread heads, and you climb on these heads to reach the top where you see a singular tentacle sticking out that you shoot. Yeah, I don't know. The boss is kinda weak, but fun at the same time. I love that boss. Love as a pun, not a word. And now let's talk about its selling point, the online competitive mode. So you are going to be playing in Turf Wars for quite a while if you want to level up and get new weapons. Actually, Turf Wars will probably be the most common mode you play online. There are also ranked battles which include Rainmaker, Tower Control, Splat Zones, and if you're good enough, there are also the League battles, which include the same mode for ranked battles. There is also the new mode known as Salmon Run. Basically, you work as a team to defeat waves of Salmonids, or Salmonids, or I don't know, I forgot the word, while you collect these golden eggs. It's a pretty great mode as long as you have a team that doesn't AFK. Splatoon 2 is an online competitive third-person shooting game, sponsored by Nickelodeon. And if that's jazz, or jizz, or I actually don't know how that saying goes, this game is for you. Number 4. When the nightmares are little, and the littles are nightmares, do you play as a girl in a little nightmare, or do you play as a little nightmare in a girl? Does that even make sense? Well, these questions would probably never be answered. Number 4 goes to Little Nightmares. Little Nightmares is a puzzle platformer, adventure, horror, or is a thriller. I don't know. It is really similar to Limbo and Inside, which are great games by the way. I really love those games. In Little Nightmares, Limbo, and Inside, there is a common trait. you're basically running away from something or for something, and in that journey there will be obstacles that you need to find ways of passing said obstacles. And because of the setting, it keeps you at the edge of your seat, which is really uncomfortable since I need my entire butt on the seat and not half of it. So the plot in Little Nightmares is that you play as a 9-year-old girl who has hunger problems. Hunger problems so bad that I thought she was pregnant. Well, the character you play as is named Six, and basically she's trapped in this place called the Mall. And basically you want to escape this area. Throughout your journey, you will meet freaky ass creatures that are human-like. A few of them being Mr. Tickles, also known as the janitor, and then there are also 2 chefs that are fat as pigs. Because of your hunger problems, you become so insane that you eat a freaking rat. And then you find out there are obese creatures about to dine in the mall. And then you eat a sauce- Wait, what the hell are you doing? And finally you fight this Japanese woman with magical powers, which you defeat with a mirror. And then after defeating her, you eat her. Yeah, it's kinda messed up. Also, sorry for spoiling the entire story for you. Well, at least you have the DLC that takes different perspectives in Six's adventure. The puzzles are great in this game, and that's all I have to say regarding Little Nightmares. It's too small of a game to talk about, unless you talk about the DLC, which I haven't played at all. Number 3. The game of the year, and the first major game that came out on and with the Switch, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wind, is what I thought when the name was announced, but then I realized it was Breath of the Wild and not Breath of the Wind. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was a different take in the Zelda franchise. Well, actually, it is most similar to Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is a game of freedom. You can do anything, well, as long as it is in the game's limit. I mean, this game is so free that you can go straight to the final boss at the beginning of the game. It's crazy how free this game is. One thing I love about this game is that it gives you a sense of wildness. Like, you need to get resources to survive. You need to find food, even cook food. You need to find weapons either from enemies or treasure chests. You need certain clothes to survive in different climates. There are so many things you need to consider while playing this game. I mean, there's also this thing where if you have anything of metal material outside and not in your inventory, lightning can strike you if the weather is fun. One of the features of this game people complained about was the breakable weapons. You can only use a weapon for a limited time. Personally, I love this feature. It forces you to find new weapons, which gives you a sense of difficulty, and I do like a bit of challenge in my game. So the plot in this game is very complicated. Basically, the Kingdom of Hyrule have been in conflict with Calamity Ganon, and in these many years, Hyrule started advancing into technology, creating the Divine Beast as well as the mechanical soldiers known as the Guardians. 4 brave heroes were given the titles of champions, and were tasked with the commanding of the Divine Beast to weaken Ganon. But! There was always a but! After 10,000 years or so, Hyrule started losing its technological greatness, and failed to fight against Ganon, as it took control of the Divine Beast and the Guardians, killing even the champions and wounded Link, who was Zelda's personal guard. Zelda, the princess, used her magic to put Link in a coma, and then 100 years later, Link finally wakes up and then uses his switch to exit the Shrine of Resurrection, as he finally sees the destroyed Hyrule, and then he meets an old man. Then the old man gives some tasks regarding to the switch, and these things called shrines, and then you find out this old man was the spirit of the last king of Hyrule. Oh god, that was something to explain. So back to the gameplay. What makes this game so open is the vast amount of shrines, Korok seeds, and the ability to literally climb anything. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wind definitely lives up to its title, the Game of the Year. Wait, did I just say wind? But as you guys probably can tell, somehow I found 2 better games than Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wind. I mean Wild. Number 2. Super Mario Odyssey, the long-awaited Mario game. Super Mario Odyssey was the dream game for everyone, an open world game where you can do anything in any order. Sounds familiar? Yes, Super Mario 64 had the same concept, but wasn't done as well as Super Mario Odyssey. So the plot is pretty much like every other Mario game. Peach is kidnapped, Mario has to save her, but this time, Bowser's planning to marry Peach. On the moon. Really, Bowser? The moon of all things? The moon is literally so boring, there's nothing on the moon! But in all seriousness, you're not only saving Peach, you're also saving a tiara, named Tiara, who is Cappy's, your new companion's sister. So Cappy, also known as Phantigo, is literally the best companion you can ask for. So Cappy's gimmick is that he is a cap that can capture enemies. you can also use him for platforming and other random stuff. So there is this advanced jump that you can do with Cappy, and oh god, when you go over big gaps using this advanced jump, it is so satisfying. Like, you actually feel like you're a speedrunner. That's another great thing about this game. This game is designed for two audiences, speedrunners and casual players. You can play the game casually with Mario's normal movesets, or you can use Mario's advanced movesets and do a lot of awesome stuff. Everything is possible in this game. You barely need to even capture any enemies, if you're feeling sadistic, that is. You can do so many impossible jumps with these advanced moves. Well, actually, they wouldn't be called impossible since you can do it. Nintendo even rewards you for doing these speedrunning shenanigans. Like, there is this area where you can find your way on top of the temple, and then you're rewarded with a lot of money if you somehow reach said temple. And I know what you're thinking. Actually, I don't know what you're thinking. On most games like that, you can speedrun any game, right? Well, in this game's case, it is actually intentional for the game to be speedrun. Or is it still speedrun? Or is it speedrun? Here's an example. Super Mario 64 can be speedruns, but the moves used for speedrunning aren't intentional design choices. The Super Mario Odyssey actually intends you to speedrun the game, or play the game casually. Also the capturing ability. It replaces power-ups in this game, but done in the good way. This idea opens many choices, like being able to become a tank and shoot stuff, or even become an enemy that can overgrow to reach high crap. Yeah, there are so many ideas for just this one gimmick, and every power-up in previous Mario games, well, most, are replaced with this gimmick. Fire Flower is replaced with the Fire Bros. Hammer Suit is replaced with the Hammer Bros. Any swimming power-ups are replaced with the Cheep Cheep. Flood from Mario Sunshine is replaced by an octopus that can shoot water jets so it can fly in different directions. And even the Super Mushroom isn't replaced by anything. Oh, yeah, you can capture Yoshi, by the way, and even pick up a T-Rex. This game allows you to do anything you desire. You don't even need to complete the main quest in every kingdom, you just need to get the required amount of Power Moons. By the way, there are 900 Power Moons in the game. Oh yeah, don't get me started with the kingdoms. All the kingdoms are great. For example, Metro Kingdom, also known as New Donk City, has no enemies, yet there is so much to do in this kingdom. Skipping, parking scooters, jumping on people. Also, it's time to jump up in the air. Jump up, don't be scared. Jump up and your cares will soar away. My voice is cracked. Super Mario Odyssey is such a great game, and I could keep talking about this game forever. But we still have to talk about number one, the game that tops Super Mario Odyssey. Number 1. When Super Mario Odyssey came out, I thought to myself, nothing can top Super Mario Odyssey. But I was wrong. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is number 1 on my list, and is my favorite game of all time. If Xenoblade Chronicles the original wasn't a thing. Then again, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 wouldn't be a thing if Xenoblade Chronicles the original wasn't a thing. So yeah. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 does everything Xenoblade Chronicles the original, but better. The music is as great as the original. The story is as amusing just like the original. The gameplay, especially the battle system, is done better than the original. The characters are more involved than the original. The worlds are more beautiful than it has ever been. I know I am comparing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 to the original a lot, but after all, it is the quote-unquote sequel to the original. And sorry X, I didn't really like you as much as the original and 2. So the plot in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is about a salvager named Rex who lives in Azura as Titan. Titans, also known as the continent, are dying, thus running out of land to live on. Rex was selling some goodies that he salvaged in the Argentum Guild, but suddenly was summoned by Chairman Banner. Rex is given a task directly from Banner, as Rex accepted the task because of the reward just from accepting it. Rex meets a team known as Torna, who consists of Malos, Nia, and her blade Droma, and Jin. After a lot of crap, Rex finds out about Pyra, who is an Aegis, and is killed by Jin. Rex arrives in a mystical place named quote-unquote Elysium, as he has died. He meets a girl under the tree, that girl being Pyra. Pyra offered Rex half of her life, but in return, she wants Rex to take her to the real Elysium. And then a lot of action happens, like how Rex and Malus fight each other, and then Rex was about to be killed. Nia and Dromark saves them, and then Azura, the Titan, saves Nia, Dromark, and Rex, and then that's how much I'm willing to give you about the story. There are 10 chapters in this game, and I just explained the entire first chapter for you guys. The story may sound complicated, but you will start understanding everything eventually. If you couldn't tell already, The story in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has a lot of stuff happening in it. In the first chapter, you're introduced to so many things like drivers, blades, the Aegis, Elysium. But through the game, you'll be slowly taught all these things, and you'll start understanding what the Aegis is, what Elysium is, the bonds between blades and drivers. That's why I think the story is good. It gives you so much, yet everything is still understandable. But enough of the story. Let's talk about the gameplay. You travel around discovering new places, and holy crap, this game is huge. Not as big as Xenoblade Chronicles X, but definitely bigger than the original Xenoblade Chronicles. The new gimmick in this game are the blades. Blades are not only useful in battles, but also outside of battles. You can pass obstacles using the field abilities your blades have. Oh, by the way, I've already mentioned this before, but the battle system in this game, it's great. When I watched the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Direct, I thought the battles would be slow, but no, battles in this game are so fun. It's addicting and so interactive. It's the best battle system Xenoblade has ever had. And the music. There are so many great music in this game. Obviously, with some previous composers from the original game, some music will sound similar to the original soundtrack, but they're still great. They bring out the atmosphere in an area, they bring out the mood in certain moments, and finally, let's talk about the voice acting and the characters. All the characters have fun personalities. For example, Poppy, an artificial blade. She is hilarious, and the voice actor does a great job at bringing out the personality of Poppy. Honestly, I like the English voice actors better than the Japanese voice actors in general. Malos has a great voice actor in English, Banner has an amazing voice actor in English, and well, Rex. Rex. The voice actor does his job. He does it well, but not great. He just doesn't have the shouting capabilities like Adam Howden, voice actor of Shulk. But Rex still has a great voice. Rex, Pyra, Nia, Groma, Tora, and Poppy all have unique personalities and are very likable. There are also other characters that join your party later, but let's not spoil those characters yet. But all I'm gonna say is those characters are great. The thing about Xenoblade Chronicles 2, just like the original, everything in the game works in harmony. The music, the worlds, the characters, the story, everything just works so well. This game is like one big orchestra playing in harmony. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is my favorite game this year, and will be one of my favorite games of all time, just under Xenoblade Chronicles, the original. And that's the top 5 best video games in my opinion that came out this year in 2017. Except I didn't have to say this year in 2017, because 2017 is this year and this year is 2017. And for all of you who thought a game that you liked this year should have been on this list, well, here's something for you guys. Every game is great in its own right. Every game has the power to make at least one person smile and laugh. Every game is fun if you make it fun. So for all of you guys who didn't like this list because your favorite game is not on it, well, guess what? Who gives a crap? This is my own damn video! See? Hello? Oh, so you're gonna sue me if I use that ending. So you're telling me to use a different ending instead of that ending? Fine then. ToppeePop! Hey guys, hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you liked it, don't forget to hit the like button and smash the subscribe button for more content in 2018. Also, big shout out to Phantigo for helping me edit this video, and don't get triggered by that tea joke. Bye.